Hello everyone, this is your host Kanak and I welcome you all in this new episode of Ek Mulakaat series. Today we have with us the youngest HR head of talent acquisition from the RWS group, Mr. Yashpal Singh Parihar sir. Yashpal sir has rapidly risen through his ranks and his journey is nothing short of inspiring. So let's welcome Yashpal sir. Sir, we welcome you at ITM University Gwalior. Sir, how about we start with your early career and how you entered your current field?
Yeah, it's a very good question, I believe. See, I believe I've never thought of getting or end up, doing a job into the corporate. It have just started, with nowhere. I just wanted to get into something different, but I've started getting, more interest into the corporate later. I've started my job. I've started with some of the junior roles, and obviously with more consistency and with more polished and strategical way of getting my career aligned, I have reached to this level. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, sir. Sir, entry level jobs ask for work experience these days, but students who have recently graduated from universities do not have such experiences. How can students gain experience if no one wants to hire a fresher?
This is again a good question. See, first of all, we need to understand that it's never been this case that there are no jobs for the fresher. There has always been a job. I'm very sure about it. If you particularly talk about ITM, I think I did remember that we have hired, a few people previously from ITM itself, just freshers. And I'm sure there were other companies also have hired, and this is the same happening, in some other universities as well. See, there is obviously a challenge globally when it comes to the economical challenges. There are companies who are facing a bit of challenges in getting people hired on the fresher level, but that's not something 100%, right? There are still scope in many companies wherein they are still hiring freshers. What are they actually looking at? It's just business. What are they actually looking at? Even if they are freshers, I'm very sure about it. If someone has done, if any student has done a great internship, if done his internship from any organization, right? If he or she can prove, during the interview, I'm sure there's any company is happy to have that person on board.
Right. Sir, what are some of the most common mistakes that students do while applying for a job?
I must say, I'll take this as a different, your question in a different way. They don't tend to do major mistakes while applying for a job. They probably make some mistakes while they're attending the interviews, whether it is virtually or physically, right? There are some basics, right? What an employer, what an interviewer can look into in any of the candidates. Even for an example, if you're giving a technical interview, it's not just about only technical all the time. Even an employer or an interviewer will also look into the person's, gesture, person interest in, applying for the job, person's interest in talking to the interviewer, the way he is sitting, the way he's talking, the way he's smiling, right? And very most important thing, this whole thing start at the first, in first half or 1 second when you enter into any interview room, or when you enter into, in a meeting, the virtual interview meetings. The time you will see the employer, the interviewer, during the interview, if you're not smiling, right? For an example, if I'll meet you right now, I'll say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If I don't smile, and if I'll say good morning with a sad face, does it mean that I have been forced to greet you? No. Similarly, when someone is going and attending any interview, whether it is virtually or physically, that person has not been forced by anyone to go and give interview. It is his or her will to go and give interview. Unless that person smile and greet and show the interest, even it is like little bit here and there into the technical core skills, if the interviewer can see that this person has got a gesture, really interested, really smiley face, and can be a good fit for the organization, people think in different way. So I'm sure that can win most of the candidates during the interview.
Right. Sir, according to you, what are some of the most important skills that students need to develop in order to be successful in their careers?
See, there are, if you talk about the skills, I did mention in many of my talks that there are 4 skills which runs the corporate as per me. The first one is highly skilled within specialization. People like CEOs, CTOs, CXOs all comes into this skill. The second one is highly skilled. There are directors, senior directors, project managers, senior managers. They all come into the highly skilled. The third one is skilled, wherein the graduates, the fresh students, some junior people, the executives, they all come into skills. The fourth one is semi-skilled, wherein we have the security guards, support staff. All these people come into semi-skilled, right? And this has a different sub-skills, right? So when you particularly talk about what is the major skill, right? It is a whole mechanism. There is no one particular skill we can talk about. You have done your schooling, you have been learning a lot of things, reading, writing. This is again one of the skill. You're learning the good behavior from your parents. This is again a good skill which can help you get into the corporate and behave the way you should behave into corporate, right? With a nicer way, right? But when you enter into the college, you will learn something different thing, right? When you are into your final year of your college, you will go for an internship. You will learn a different environment, corporate, right? Then when you actually enter into a job, right, then you will learn something different. There is in communication, there is in core skills, right? Your interpersonal skills, your public speaking. So there are multiple skills, right, which needs to be there. It's a whole mechanism. If someone wants to be successful, this is a very, very big word, successful. The success will never comes by one skill or 2 skills or 3 skills. That should have a whole mechanism, and every person, including me, you and everyone, right, has to keep on learning, keep on consistent, and keep on thinking of getting themselves polished to be successful in their life.
Thank you, sir. Lastly, what message would you like to give out to the young minds of ITM University?
Well, I would like to give a very positive message. Obviously, I've been interacting in the sessions. We had this orientation program here in ITM University. I've interacted with some of the final year students today. I would like to give a very, very important message to each and every one of you, that be positive, be consistent, and try and get yourself polished every day, and think of, never think of, stopping your learning. Just keep on learning, and I'm very sure about it that you all have a nice future, a great future. Stay connected. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today and sharing your insights.
No problem. Pleasure is all mine.
That's all for today. Stay connected with ITM University until we bring you the next episode of Ek Mulakaat. Thank you.